I wonder if we can talk just a little bit about the team that Scherzer and Verlander play for now. I remember standing in the visiting dugout in New York. You and I were talking about 2 months ago, and like you were struggling, they were struggling, and I was asking you about both teams. And I think we both thought that both of you were going to be fine. We were 50% right. You're fine, and the Mets are going to be sellers here. Again, I think if we go back to spring training, we thought this was going to be a 3-team race. We didn't imagine maybe the Marlins where they are. Maybe this is why we love sports. It doesn't come with a script. What do you think about what's going on with the Mets? This is a team with about a $377 million payroll for luxury tax purposes.
Well, that's a tough one to answer because I've learned a long time ago that unless you're sitting there involved in an organization, it's a lot easier to say from outside what you think will go on. They're a very talented group of players. There's no doubt. Of course, they were hit with some injuries. That always hurts you. And then once you get in a spiral, maybe things don't go your way. It's hard to get out of it sometimes. So, I mean, we're fortunate we pulled out of it. So hard. They got a great manager. Buck Showalter's been around a long time, handled it. Some great players. So I really can't answer that because I would have thought they were in a position that we'd be sitting here at the same time talking about them being part of this. And who knows? I don't know what happens because I've seen things happen before where all of a sudden, oh, they're done. And all of a sudden that club's sitting in the postseason and you're sitting at home watching them. So you have to be really careful about that.
Yeah, people said that about your team last year. I can remember, I think it was Steve Phillips said you guys were done on our air on MLB Network. So,
I remember Steve saying, I reminded him of that.
I'm sure
maybe that's why you're sitting there and Steve sits next to us on a TV set.
And he said it this year too. I heard him say it again earlier in the year. So it'll be interesting.